Hey there, do you want to help Britney Spears? This is my friend Katie. Go on her page if you can. If you're lazy, I guess just watch the rest of this fucking video. It deserves views, it has great points, and if you want to help Britney Spears, watch that. But she is tagged in this video. Sticker should be fucking around here somewhere. I'm gonna do that thing where people do edit, but I'm not gonna stay in the fucking frame the whole time because I find that very fucking weird.
Apparently in 2019, activists were infiltrated by plants. These planted activists were orchestrated by this man. This is Eden Yemeni. Eden Yemeni is the CEO of Black Box Security. Some of us might recognize this activist right here. His name is Kevin Wu. I met Kevin back in January when I showed up to a Britney rally with cameras. He and a few other people didn't want to speak to the cameras, and at first I brushed it off as maybe having anxiety. Flash forward to now, I find out that the New York Times exposed Kevin Wu's connection to Eden all the way back in 2020, where Eden is personally naming Kevin by name in personal emails. Even crazier is this is Shirini Body. She was presented to us as an FBI agent. She now works for Kroll. We were told she was a forensics expert. The reality is Shirini Body was not brought in to destroy Jamie Spears. She was brought in to distract from the whistleblower Alex Lassoff. This last week in Britney world, everybody was discussing Jamie Spears stealing $1 billion. This was a planted misdirection by T-Con. While everybody is talking about Jamie Spears, this man right here is holding on to 24/7 footage of T-Con's crimes. These guys right here are holding on to all of that footage, and that is the key to freeing Britney Spears. Just behind me is a screenshot of a PowerPoint presentation written by Shirini Body, which says, how to handle whistleblower complaints against executive management. This means, do you have a narc and a CEO that wants to be protected? Well, Shirini Body is the expert for you. I'm going to walk you through everything that they don't want you to know and why. This is Alex Lassoff. He is the whistleblower in the Britney Spears case. This is Eden Yemeni. He is the owner and CEO of Black Box Security. If you think Jamie Spears stealing $1 billion is crazy, what do you think about this psycho bald man doing this to people? Every woman should be afraid and know this. Your location is up for sale on the black market. The whistleblower revealed that this man could track Britney's location through ping data. He also revealed there were a network of other PIs that Eden could text at any time. If he lost Britney's location, he could just pick it back up again. I don't know if this means he has a connect at Verizon or AT&T or where ping data is coming from, but you guys, this makes me feel afraid. They could be on your phone, my phone, all with a text and a checkbook. The whistleblower revealed that Eden would hack anybody's phone that ever came into contact with Britney. At one point, Britney went to go get a massage with her mother, Lynn. They hacked the masseuse's phone. They checked his call logs to see if he was talking to the media. This absolutely means that when Sam came in, they probably hacked his phone and were to check his communications. I know this for a fact because Sam came into Britney's life in 2016. The whistleblower revealed that they had 24/7 footage of her communications and her location all the way back from, that says 2016, 2017, and 2018. So right now, they are holding all of the evidence that would reveal how much Britney knows about the Free Britney movement, as much as how much she's been restricted. It will also reveal her timeline of when they forced lithium on her. It'll show her going from dancing and happy and able to somebody that is suddenly coming up with all of these injuries. While they want to distract us talking about Jamie Spears, they don't want us to pay attention to the fact that T-Con recorded all of their crimes and we could get access to it. The smoking gun for me about a Shirini Body was on the last page of her PowerPoint where it says, fallout of a substantiated finding. So you have a whistleblower that is credible, they have evidence, and they have proof of your crimes that you can't simply deny. This means their allegations are substantiated. So in that case, Shireen advises people to terminate underlings. According to Shireen's presentation, her priority is protecting the CEO. The CEO in this case is not James Spears. It is Eden Yemeni because the whistleblower Alex was an assistant to Eden. So the underling in question is a lower level employee who's complicit and following the direction and culture of the boss. Is Jamie Spears that underling? Just please stick with me because there's also a fake planted activist, and he's the reason I even found this presentation by Shireen. Let's talk about Kevin Wu. After seeing the fact that Eden mentioned Kevin by name, I went back to watch the New York Times documentary and I noticed a few things. Kevin is the thumbnail of the documentary. He is also the first person that they show within the first couple seconds. In 2021, Britney gave her testimony. There were hundreds and hundreds of fans outside, and it shows this in the documentary. Nobody can connect to the courthouse until Kevin Wu is the first person to connect to the courthouse. Kevin Wu is the person that gets Britney's testimony on the phone and puts it on speaker for everybody else. So isn't it funny that this is the activist that was the target of private intelligence like Black Box Security in 2020, a year before he ever appeared in that documentary? I don't know about you, but I thought that we're not trusting the media. So when the media is showing me funny things that coincide with dirty emails, it's a little bit sketchy. Kevin Wu's IMBD only shows that he was part of the Britney documentary, but he has an entire website where he is talking to you about wanting to be an aspiring director. He got to stay at Skywalker Ranch. Have you guys ever seen that movie Fanboys? Skywalker Ranch is like a forbidden Star Wars place to go to. Everybody wants to go. He got to go stay there for a week and hang out with these other directors. Also, he has a movie, a film by Kevin Wu, where the first scene is The Zone, and we all know that Robin Greenhill forced Britney to go and promote The Zone. After Harvey Weinstein was exposed, we know how Hollywood is. If you show that you're not with their agenda, they will blackball you. So isn't it funny that here we have an activist that online says they're not with the agenda and yet is still getting to play ball with Hollywood? Anyway, so back to Kevin Wu exposing Shirini Body. I knew something was up when he made this tweet right here. On June 20th, a huge 12-page filing was made by Matthew Rosengart, and within 1 hour, activists had these pre-planned, like really strategic, organized PR statements ready, which was weird because all of these PR statements are encouraging us to ignore the 12 pages and focus on a footnote. That footnote is that quote everybody was saying about Jamie Spears stealing $1 billion. The rest of the 12 pages is in regards to the whistleblower and Eden Yemeni. Those PR statements parallel that presentation made by Shirini Body, where she says, when you have a whistleblower, you need to involve PR early. So I don't know, B Army, you tell me, but is it a coincidence that everybody is talking about Jamie instead of the CEO? And then they bring in this woman that is a professional of protecting CEOs against whistleblowers? This man needs to blow that whistle. And actually, he needs to go collect a check because I don't know about you, but everybody else in the States are collecting multi-million-dollar lawsuits, $100, $200 million settlements for like discrimination lawsuits against their bosses. When this man came to Eden, he said, hey, I'm not comfortable with what's happening. It's not right. He was threatened. So he has every right to sue his boss, especially in California where they are not nice to people who play with guns. Not only is he missing out on millions, but he is being severely misdirected. The statute of limitations for Alex to file a civil suit against this man is 3 years. 2 of them have already passed. And what's even worse is that these civil statute of limitations don't just apply to Alex, they apply to Britney. While Matthew Rosengart is collecting millions, that's about 4.2 million right there, other reports are stating that Britney is going broke. So what this means is Britney is literally going broke to pay for her lawyer. However, the lawyer has kept her in probate court. I'm going to tell you why that's a dead end and why this is the biggest clue to Britney not being free. If Alex wanted to take Edan to court, he should know that he doesn't have to wait for the cops. Right there, this says assault, false imprisonment. All of these things are covered by what's called a civil tort. Tort law serves several functions. It helps to compensate victims for economic losses and acknowledge or appease pain, suffering, and emotional damage. Now, this applies to both Alex and Britney, and yet neither of them are in civil court. What are these lawyers advising them to do? There are so many benefits to seeking civil remedy rather than wait for the criminal justice system to work. For example, it is easier to prove that you were wronged and to seek damages. Above my head is a quote by Britney Spears where she asked for a few things: to sue her family, to tell her story to the entire world, meaning she wanted a public trial. She also asked for her abusers to go to prison. There's been all this talk about who Judge Penny will be replaced as, but what you guys will notice is that every replacement judge and referee offered are all within the probate court system. Matthew Rosengart has refused to file any civil suits against her abusers. If you look above my head, you guys, I did a quick Google and found this out. Probate court never leads to a trial by jury. As an American, you have the right to a trial by jury before going to prison. So if you're in a court that has no path to jury, there is no path path to prison. This means Matthew Rosengart has wasted millions, caused his client to go broke just to stay in a courthouse and talk about referees and judges that are still in a probate system that will never lead to prison, never lead to the payback of her money. Civil court also has a much lower standard of proof than criminal court. The other reason they won't is because any evidence filed in criminal and civil would immediately hit the public, whereas in probate, as right now, they are keeping all of the footage, 2016, 2018, all the way up until 2021, locked down in probate court. And